Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news read, Rochas Okorocha ready for a showdown with PDP as he gives them 48 hours ultimatum to do this or. All right, but before we go on with details of the news and for the analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos on YouTube. Okay, let's go into the news. All right, the senator representing Imo West Senatorial District, Rochas Okorocha, on Thursday gave the state chapter of the People Democratic Party (PDP) and one barrister K.M. Okere 48 hours ultimatum to publish the alleged court order issued to the Economic Financial Crime Commission to probe him. The ex-Imo State governor said in a statement issued by his special advisor on media, Sam Onwu Emodo, he was worried that the claim came from PDP after the party lost at the Supreme Court. The Apex Court had earlier this week dismissed the PDP application for it to reverse its ruling on the Imo State governorship election. He said, and I quote, Imo people and Nigerians in general woke up one morning to read in the media that a federal high court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Ahmed Mohammed, has granted the EFCC the license to probe Senator Rochas Okorocha following application to that effect by one barrister, K.M. Okere. They also claimed the court order and listed what should be recovered from Okorocha, including cash, movable and unmovable assets. What we are about to do with this reaction is to let the general public know the extent some human beings can decide to be funny, deceitful, and petty. First and foremost, no court, including that of Justice Mohammed, has ordered for the recovery of any item or money from Okorocha or even order for EFCC to probe him. And we swiftly challenge Barrister Okere or any other interested person, including the PDP element in the state, to publish the said court order without further delay. Indeed, they should do that within 48 hours. And where they fail or refuse to do that, they should be sorry for themselves. Barrister Okere, as a lawyer, filed a suit to compel EFCC to probe Okorocha, and that is all. Nothing else has been done with regards to that, and we stand to be faulted. The information has been in the public domain even long before now that the EFCC has been investigating Senator Okorocha following petition written by Hedioha's short-lived government. And Okorocha has repeatedly said that he has no problem with EFCC probing him. So for anyone to go to court now to seek for an order of the court compelling the EFCC to investigate Okorocha is belated. The investigation has begun long before now, and we ask that people should be following events as they evolve instead of acting like people who prefer to live in the past. All right, and we just want to look at some of the reactions of Nigerians towards this. And this one says, Mr. Okorocha, be sincere to yourself for once. Apart from hooking yourself to APC, are you joining the Supreme Court judge in their judgment? If you believe Almighty God is up there watching you, better watch your back. And this one says, you want to claim innocent. Everybody knows what you did in Imo. You must be probed. No matter the time, APC can cover you, but karma will never. Another Nigerian says here, my brother, father of less privilege in Africa, what happened to them is back to sender. He wanted to stop you by all means, but God Almighty stopped him and PDP. This one is a supporter of Okorocha. He's calling Okorocha the father of the less privileged in Africa, not even in Nigeria, but in Africa. I'm yet to, though maybe he's been doing it, but we are yet to see any publication to that effect that he's involved in, supplying food to the less privileged in Africa, talk less, or in Nigeria, talk less of Africa. Well, that's his supporter speaking. And this one said, "Thank you, my brother. I said it here on this platform that it is a fake news. That fake news only shows the level of moral decay among members of the opposition party, PDP, in their desperate move to enthrone themselves to power. What a pity." That's another APC supporter trying to, join voice with the media person of Okorocha to tell Nigerians that the information that was on the media was actually a lie. Another one here says, "I can see some Imo state people steal the mumu. How can you praise a man that destroy your state, thief your money, collect your land, and made big money for himself and his family members, and starve all Imo state people? This man criminal, Rochas Okorocha, don't pauses to talk in Imo State. Imo State people, please wake up. Una mumu never do. How can one man like that criminal Rochas Okorocha, he is a very good in washing people's head. He has washed you people's head. And the last one we're going to consider here says, Mr. Okorocha or Oturu Hausa, do you think you are going to be free? You will come back home. There will be a time you will look for Buhari for help and will not see him anymore. God is watching you." All right, so many things there written by, Nigerians. But, one of the things that is not good enough, which I will not support, is the fact that people will just sit back and roll out things that are not actually true. Because if you're publisher, I saw that news and I tried to verify where it was coming from. I couldn't really get it where Okorocha was supposed to, give back to the society or was supposed to be proved. And they listed a lot of things that he was supposed to surrender to EFCC and all of that. And, I'm not supporting whatever he did. But then, if it's called a legal action, it should truly be a legal action. It shouldn't just be something that is premeditated by someone and he now rolls it out. It doesn't make any sense. Doing such a thing clearly shows that you are so petty, you don't even have an understanding of what you are doing. It's really unthinkable that people will just wake up to publish things that are not even right. But come to think of it, EFCC, one of the problems that a lot of Nigerians have with most of this anti-craft commission, whether EFCC, whether ICPC, that's Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, or the ESS and the likes, is the fact that they carry out what Nigerians call selective judgment, selective investigation. If he has already been, or EFCC has already been notified that there were some corrupt things that are fraudulent things or fund misappropriation in the era of Rochas Okorocha, and he should be investigated. Expectation was that they would jump into war. Enough of these Yahoo boys. Yeah, those boys are doing so much mayhem. We understand. Every day we see long list of Yahoo boys that have been tried. It's a great news. Good work done by EFCC, but I think there are a bigger picture that should be looked into. For as long as now, there had been a petition that have been submitted to EFCC in respect to the petition for the investigation of Bola Tinubu, and it was done by Adeyanju. He was the one that did it when EFCC said they have not received any petition from anybody to investigate Bola Tinubu. He had to write it and submit it to EFCC. Till today, we have no idea of what is happening thus far. But on a daily basis, we are hearing that they are prosecuting Yahoo boys. Just fairly recently, about 48 of them have been captured in Ogun State. Good work. But I think the biggest Yahoo boys are some of these politicians who had the opportunity to mount the throne of leadership and loot the treasury of the state to zero. Most of them claim that they did so much, but if you go in there, carry out proper investigation into the accounts, into the companies that they handed over work to, you realize that in turn, those companies actually belong to them. And you go to check out the work that is carried out, you will realize that the work has not been done as expected. We see the case of conflict of interest here and there. How can you be bringing your own company or the company of your brother, the company of your friend to come and float it, so that they can give them contract. And the next thing, they do one shabby job, so that you now realize that capital projects carried out by state government is now almost being seen as to be a recurring, expenditure, because they do it this year, the next year again, they build another budget for it. For example, things like repairs of road, things like fixing of, toilets in schools and all of that. Those are like capital projects, which at least expectation is that for the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years, we wouldn't have to visit that site again. But we realize that those things are coming in. The reason is because people who do not even have experience with the one that they handed over this work to. And apart from the fact that they don't have experience, at the same time, these same people are part of them. They sit down, corner the money of the people, eat it the way they like. It doesn't make any sense. As much as he's boasting right now that there was nothing like, anybody going to court and court issuing court injunction for EFCC to investigate him, that the EFCC is already on his case. But what we want to see result. We want to see report by EFCC that, hey, Oga, these are the things that after investigation, these are the things that we have seen that you did. Come in for questioning. He goes in and the report is made public so that Nigerians will know of the truth, that there is no selective investigation, no selective judgment. That's what we are willing to see. We are tired of a lot of things that have been happening thus far. We want to see a situation whereby things will be fixed and we'll see ourselves celebrating at the end of the day. Please, it's very, very important, because if we keep on just sweeping important cases like under the carpet, it makes no sense. Nigerians will keep decaying day after day. This is some of the things that must really be looked into. But then at the same time, PDP just try to make sure that you guys don't do this stuff, because it's a way of making yourself very cheap before people. If you want to take a legal step, take a legal step. Don't continue with all manner of propaganda. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let us